Hey, welcome back to Shaving with Fuzzy. I'm Fuzzy. Hi, y'all. On Tuesday evening, we got to work a little bit later. I'm going to get a shave in. Not going to be anything special. It's just a regular old day's growth. But been kind of a frustrating afternoon. So I thought, well, I'll shave. Well, I shave every day just about. But anyway, we're going to shave and do a little video of it. We'll shave with a two-sided thingy today. I was digging around and came across some stuff. So I got this little Rapira. Did I spell it? R-A-P-I-R-A, Rapira. That's what I spelled it. And it's got the Indian Gillette Wilkinson sword blade in it. So I think it's a second use blade. Still good and sharp. But anyway, so I was digging through some stuff. And I came across this sample of a Barrister's Reserve spice. It's got a nice scent to it. It's maybe even a little more pungent than, let's say, sterling spice. I think it's going to go real good. So I had my old, the Old Spice decanter that it's actually smells like Old Spice in it. The fake stuff I used to be able to buy that I can't find anymore. So that's what we're going to do. We got a little boar brush and we're going to try. So that little sample thing, I pried some of the soap out of it. I don't know how long I've had that, and I have no idea how old it is. But it's still kind of nice and soft, so I just pressed some down in the bottom of a Melmac cup. I love my Melmac dishes. I had a great aunt that passed away, and I ended up with her Melmac dishes. It was a service for 4. So over the years, some of that stuff has disappeared and whatnot. Oh, I'm making a big mess. Y'all can't see it, but I'm making a big mess over here. Always something. Never can just, everything got to be a knife fight sometimes. It can't just be nice and easy and everything. That's why it's been a frustrating afternoon. It's just, dealing with folks that can't or don't plan things out and going out and dealing with all the traffic and everything. But anyway, so we got our board brush here. We're going to use our two-sided thingy. There we go. Decent coffee. But I was watching a cooking show the other day. Fuzzy likes to watch cooking shows, believe it or not. And I don't guess that'd be hard to believe. But anyway, they were talking about making chocolate cakes and pies or whatever. And they were talking about one of the things that makes the chocolate taste more like chocolate is to add a little bit of instant espresso powder to it. I thought that was pretty neat. I like the Cafe Bustelo, which is an espresso ground. That's what it is. It's an instant espresso. And I didn't realize that putting that in the recipes with chocolate would help improve those recipes. But apparently, at least according to America's Test Kitchen, which is the show I was watching, it does. Well, it looks like this is going to lather up pretty good. I don't know much about Barristers. I think I remember vaguely in the past people talking about it somewhere on some of the shave forums or whatever. But we'll see how it does. It is a very nice scent, though. It is a very nice Old Spice scent. Old Spice, copy, whatever you want to dupe, whatever you want to call it. I think it's pretty nice. I should have pressed it down a little bit more in the cup here, though. It's kind of dancing around some. But I'm still going to get a lather out of it, by golly, one way or the other. Not that hard to get a lather out of a soap as long as it'll lather. Some soaps you can't make lather, but I can even lather Marvy's and old Scoutmaster. If you haven't tried to lather Scoutmaster, if you think you got really good lathering skills, you can try them out by grabbing the Scoutmaster soap, which Sally's Beauty Supply used to have it. I don't know if they do anymore. But that stuff, it's something. But I can get a shave out of it. I most certainly can. So anyway, like I said, it's just a regular old day's growth. But we do have to work later on, so we're gonna get a shave in. All right. So scent has absolutely nothing to do with performance. That's a true statement. But it does help with the experience, and I like a good scented soap. And this is a very nice Old Spice scent. Now remember, we're not looking at icing a cake. We don't need buttercream for lather. You might say, oh, that's an awful thin looking lather, but it'll be nice and slick. And I'm not throwing lather all over the place. I can't understand the folks that build these huge pile of lathers, slather it on their face, and then as they're shaving, they're mostly just, slathering lather all over the place. I don't get it. I don't have to get it. I understand, but I definitely don't get it. So the Rapira, it's got a nice long handle if you like that. It's kind of light, and but I've always gotten, good two-sided thingy shades out of them. I don't think this one's going to be any exception. The Wilkinson sword blades are always nice. Of course, we all know razor's a razor, blade's a blade. But they usually are consistently a good blade, sharp. I don't know if I've ever gotten a bad one right out of the pack. Now you can do that. It is absolutely 100%. I think I mentioned this in the last couple of videos maybe. You can have bad blades right out of a fresh pack. Even with two-sided thingies, it does happen. So if you grab one and the first one's not going so good, swap blades out to another one in the pack and see if it does better. That's Fuzzy's advice. That's going to be a nice shave. Oftentimes the best way to evaluate a razor anyway is to do your regular one-day shave. There's a lot of times when you get more growth, it's actually easier to shave. I haven't studied exactly why that is, but I know it's a true statement that you can oftentimes it's easier to get a really good shave on multiple days growth, whether as opposed to just your regular one-day growth. I don't know, it's because the hairs are shorter, and because they're shorter, they're stiffer. Does that make them harder? I don't know. And that's when people say your prep needs to step up, but I don't really think. I'm not on the prep bandwagon anymore. I used to be. But anyhow, so here's my question. One of my questions. So I know that certain ethnic groups, have problems with ingrown hairs, and that's one of the things about the multi-bladed contraptions is that they're pulling, cutting hair, and the hairs pop back under the skin. They're ingrown. You have all the bumps and everything. Okay, great. So I have read that there is less problems with ingrown hairs, less concerns with ingrown hairs using a safety razor, a single blade, either the two-sided thing or ejector, whatever you're using, even a straight. I have read that it is better. And can somebody that knows more about that than me chime up for me and tell me what they know? Young friend of mine actually uses an electric razor because he says the blades razor that he's been using, cart garbage, leave him with really bad ingrown hairs, shave bumps, that kind of stuff. So what I'm wondering is if I can get him set up with a good razor and soap combination, if that may help and get him away from an electric razor, get into a real shaving routine. So if someone knows more about that than I do, chime up for me if you don't mind. All right. Because the truth of the matter is, I have given away a lot of gear over the year. I ticked somebody off one time. They were arguing with me about something. Don't remember what it was. It don't matter. You know me. I'll pick an argument sometime. I've literally done that. Just taken the opposite side of an issue just so I'd be able to argue with somebody. But anyway, and my sister will confirm that for you, by the way. But anyway, I was arguing with a guy, I don't know, one of the forums or something, and he was talking about this, that, and the other, and I pointed out the fact that, length in time in doing something does not always guarantee knowledge of that subject. There's been people that have been driving for 75 years, and they don't understand using a blinker, how to parallel park, how a four-way stop works, all this stuff. Longevity does not guarantee knowledge, and it might help some people to remember that. But anyway, he was talking about this, that, and the other, and I told him, Bubba, I said, I'd given away probably more gear than you've ever had. I know what I'm talking about because I live it. I do it. You know, used to be a guy, what was that guy's name? Oh, I'm not going to be able to remember his name. I think he was a Texas Ranger. Someone can remember the name, let me know. And he was a big game hunter. And one of his favorite sayings was, hell, I was there. And can't remember his name. Again, if someone can come up with it, let me know. But I've had to point that out before. People want to talk about this, that, and especially young people. They want to talk about all this stuff, and I can sit there and go, brother, I can tell you from experience, that ain't how it is. And then you go and I had a college type one time. We were discussing something, and he started pointing out this study and this paper he'd read and that paper and this statistic and that statistic. And I looked over and told him, hey, that's all nice. That's all fine. I lived it, young man. And I'm not that old yet. I'm only 54. I'm not that old. But like Farmers Insurance says, I know a few things because I've seen a few things. By golly. Over the years. I've been a few places, done a few things. Just trust me on that. But anyway, so my feelings about that there Barrister's Reserve soap. I like it. It lathered good, even though I could have sat there and got more soap on the brush. But again, we're not buttering a cake. You don't need buttercream. You need a nice, slick, dense layer, especially for the first pass. And then after that, you can actually thin that out for the second pass. And then we use witch hazel for the cleanup pass. And but it was nice. I'm gonna have to go look it up and see. I don't even know if they still make it. I don't know how long I've had that sample. But it took that one day's growth. That two-sided thing is a shave. There's nothing wrong. You know, I prefer one-sided thingies. I really do. But two-sided thingies can get the job done for you. And they don't have to be expensive. That's got kicked me out of a forum here a while back. I was making fun of people who were just falling over themselves to get this guy that was he was making a clone of one of the old three-piece razors, whatever it was, $140 or something like that. And I was laughing at him. I was on him hard. This dude, and everything he does is because he makes it, it's better and he can charge more for it. It's that type of people, and those type of people absolutely drive me stupid. You know, oh, it's made out of this material and it's going to last longer. And I'm sitting there thinking, fella, I got erasers from the late 1800s. They still look like they were just made. They'll still hold a blade and they still shave just great. How much longevity do you want? And you're going to go charge all that extra money. And people pay it because it's nice to have the fancy things. Oh, I got one of these and I got this razor and I got that razor and I paired it with this and I did it with this blade and I did it with that blade. You know, go down to Kmart and buy you some common sense. Blue lights, so some of you older people remember the blue light special. I can actually really, seriously, in all seriousness, I remember blue light specials at Kmart in Greenville, Mississippi before they closed it down. I remember they had the little push cart. They had the little flashy blue light on it. And they had the blue light special. Attention Kmart shoppers, there's now a blue light special in whatever department it was in over the intercom. So, some of them folks need to go down to Kmart. And you can't go to Walmart because there ain't no common sense at all at Walmart. They definitely ain't selling it because they don't use it. But anyway, there you go. Nice shave. We're going to go and start kind of working towards getting ready for work tonight. I've already walked the doggos. So I don't have to do that right before I leave. So I can maybe take an extra minute and grab me a little cat nap. I like cat naps. That's the only thing I like about cats. No, I'm lying. Cats are okay. But anyway. Y'all have a good one. There you go. 2 videos in 1 week. How you like it? All right. Well, y'all have a good one. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing. I appreciate you watching, and a few comments. And all 7 or 8 of you that watch the videos, you're good people. Whoever you are, wherever you are, whatever you're doing, happy shaves to you.